jungle. Who wants the smoke? I didn't think so. Use a joke, about to get your ankles broke. Chasing C notes. Chasing C notes. Welcome to the jungle. Who wants the smoke? I ain't think so. Use a joke, about to get your ankles broke. Chasing C notes. Dynasty.
Welcome to Chasing C Notes, the podcast. I'm your co-host Sirik, and I'm always joined by my co-host Larry. What's good, Larry?
What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? This is episode 30 because we did not have an episode for January. It was very hectic. We had schedule conflicts, but now we're back. And how are you feeling, Larry? Because were you expecting this team? Because let's go back. Let's go back to the beginning of the season. You had this team winning 50 games. And to be honest, I was like, wow, that's like very positive outlook. I only gave them, I think, 30, 38, 36. Now they're in second place. How are you feeling, Larry? Are you feeling vindicated? Where are you?
I feel good. I mean, I'm always optimistic about the Celtics and the Patriots. I gave them both high numbers in the beginning of the season. They exceeded expectations, both teams. So I'm on cloud nine right now. You know, we're about to win the Super Bowl next week, and then we're going to have maybe 30, 34, 35 wins before the All-Star break with the Celtics. So, everything's looking really good. I'm just glad that we were able that we didn't have to take a gap year, right? We were able to continue to fight on, and we can actually make some noise here. If we make the right moves.
I agree, and I think I saw something where Derek White got a phone call from Joe Maz in July of 2025, and they were like, "Oh, everybody thinks we're gonna suck. Everybody thinks we're gonna be terrible this year. They're wrong." And I was like, yeah, right. I mean, this is like Jaylen Brown and Pritchard just like carrying this team, and we'll talk about it in the episode, but this is just unbelievable. This is just great stuff. So we're going to have a little bit of NBA news. We're going to have our February predictions, our power rankings, and then we're going to do our stuck up, stuck down. And then, you know what? I'm bringing back Tommy points because I don't know why I decided that we should not be talking about Tommy points, but you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna talk about Tommy points at the end of the episode. So be ready for that, Larry. And I'm just going to start up the show by talking about JT's return. Is it gonna happen? Is it a no? Where are you on this, Larry? We were thinking he'll be back by February, March, but now he's talking about taking it a year off completely. Where are you on this?
It's really starting to aggravate me, and you'll see why I got JT on my stock down, because he's got to make a decision to stick with it, because we got so much momentum right now. We're playing hard, we're doing what we got to do, and I know that everyone's worried that Tatum's going to mess up our chemistry, and it's probably true because he's going to take minutes from some of these guys. But I think overall the team needs to know if he's going to come back or not, because if he's not coming back, we need to be able to take a day, understand that, and realize this is what we have, and we still have a trade deadline. Let's go ahead and do what we need to do and get rid of some of the baggage that's not helping us, Tillman, and then go from there. But I just think JT needs to make a decision, because I really think it's affecting the team, because if you think he's coming back, then he doesn't come back. But reality, for even a prime athlete, you need 10 to 12 months. So even if he's doing everything he did, got the surgery right away, 10 months is the most he can come back. And that's March, because he had the incident in May. So I don't know why everyone was saying February when March is really when he would come back. You come back in March, you're in preseason form, and you're about to head into the postseason. You could have an even more severe injury. And I think you need to take the year off and worry about yourself, because if you get another injury, now you're in the conversation with the Derrick Rose and the Grant Hills. You don't want to be in that conversation.
Yeah, and you know what? Calm me count me as one of those people, Larry, that was like, they're already in second in the East, second place in the East. They're, Simon, you're gonna take minutes from him, and he's scoring like there's no tomorrow. Pritchard is scoring like there's no tomorrow. Yes, I mean, even JB is, talking about MVP candidate. I'm like, is this gonna mess up the juju for the team right now? Count me as one of those people, but then at the same time, this is one of the best players on the planet when you talk about NBA. So maybe he'll help the team, and we don't have to worry about minutes and all that stuff. But I'm just being very cautious here, Larry, and just saying, if he wants to just take up for the year and come back, I'm all for it. Why chance it? Especially now, because the team is doing so well, and now he wants to come back. Like, I don't know if it's just more of a selfish decision, or like, does he really want to participate in like NBA type competition? That's where my head is at. Like, yes, it would be great if he came back, but at the same time, like, are you gonna mess up with this team? That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah. My only caveat would be stay ready, but only come back if there's a key to the starter or a bench player. And then also understand that if you do come back, you're coming off the bench and you're just going to try to fill a role, try to fill up the minutes. And I don't think Tatum's going to, at the level he's at, where he was Superman last year. I mean, doing Superman commercials, I can't see him saying okay to that. So my thing is just wait till next year.
Yeah, just wait. I mean, listen, I don't know if it's because, to be honest with you, the diva complex is real. I know the players, especially NBA players, try to downplay it. Like, no, I'm not a diva, but I don't know if he's maybe like 10% jealousy maybe creeps in, where you're just like, wow, this team is really getting a lot of love. I'm not getting any love. So let me come back, because I don't know. I saw that in that podcast he did, and he was just talking about like, oh, if this was St. Louis, I would, if this was Memphis, I would have a statue outside. But this is Boston, where they expect more. And I was just like, I mean, I understand the context that he said it, but I was like, why? Why does he think he's like God gives to basketball? Like, yes, he's a talented player, but come on, JT. And I feel like that comes with maturing, and I don't think he's there yet. I know he's only 27, 26, something like that. But I was just like, just be humble that you're in a team that expects more. I feel like he's like, what else do you want me to give? And I was just like, give it your all. Give it your all. Give it your whole entire career. Like, don't think that if you play for someone else, you'd have a better life. Like, you should be satisfied. You're playing a kid sport and getting paid million. Like,
exactly.
So I got a little bit upset about that, but it is what it is. So Jokic is back from injury. 31 points last night. And I was just talking to you, Larry, about this. I was just like, I don't feel like Denver was in a bad spot this year at all. I think Murray was playing really well. They got rid of Porter Jr. to Brooklyn, and I feel like Denver is a team to watch. I thought that the championship window was closed, but it might be open again.
Once I seen they beat us without Joker, I knew they were for real. They were winning games without him, and he comes back. They don't miss a beat, which is what we wanted to happen with Tatum, but we don't think that's going to happen. Joker came back because he can still be in the MVP conversation, so he can't miss any more games. He has to, play this certain amount of games to be in the MVP conversation. So he's back. I think he could have came back a little earlier, but they were just like, you good. Wait till you're full. And I just think they're going to be just a menace. And, there's 3 or 4 teams in there where I think really have a shot on the West side. And that's definitely one.
Denver, OKC, and San Antonio are the three teams, in my opinion, that have a shot at actually winning the NBA championship. So I think I agree with that. The other thing, Larry, I want to talk to you about Giannis trade. The rumors are like, I feel like they're getting bigger and bigger. First, it was Miami. He still wants to go to New York. He definitely does not want any part of the Western Conference teams. So, why do you think he's so unhappy in Milwaukee?
I don't know. I just think that his time in Milwaukee's over. He's definitely going to get traded. I think I've heard Miami. I heard Golden State, and I don't know if any of those are going to really happen. But I think Giannis is really at this point going to get traded. Every year, I feel like we're talking about him being traded, but I think this is really going to happen. And I think it's just time. I think it's time for him to try something else. Every team building the wall has been effective. So, maybe he needs to go to a team that already has a big man to make them really start understanding, what he can do. So, I don't know. I wasn't excited about the Miami. Like, if he went to Miami, I was just like, that's not really going to do much. I think they were going to lose two main players. The Golden State didn't really excite me because there's no Butler. And I guess I don't think any team is going to let him come to the team and really you're going to lose at least two key players for Giannis. So it's got to be a team that's a little bit on the lower end, that's going to accept that. I can't see a team that's contenders right now that would want to shake that up.
Yeah, I can't. You're right. Like Golden State, maybe they have the pieces. Miami definitely has the pieces, but you talk about Detroit, you talk about all these other teams that are actually winning. They're not going to screw that up by trading for Giannis. That's terrible. I think that he can go to a semi-contending team, not a team that's a lottery pick, and then maybe make some noise. But you're right. He wants out. I think he doesn't like the fact that Milwaukee's a small market, and you won the championship there, but the pieces are gone. The coaching staff is gone. So what are you doing? I think you're right. I think it's time for him to go. Larry, who's in your power ranking for this month?
All right, so for my power rankings, I have OKC to start, San Antonio, which sometimes I go back and forth with, but I put San Antonio as 2, Detroit at 3, Denver at 4, Houston at 5. I got Boston at 6. I have the Knicks at 7, Toronto at 8, Lakers at 9, Minnesota at 10.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with all those. I basically had every team on that you have except for New York Knicks. So I have OKC at number 1, San Antonio number 2, I have Denver at number 3, I have I have Detroit at number 4, I have Houston number 5, Boston at 6, I have Cleveland at number 7, Toronto at 8, Lakers at 9, and Minnesota at number 10. And to be honest, none of these teams, maybe except Houston, but I think that all these teams are actually no, I'm incorrect. The Toronto turnaround has me a little bit puzzled.
Yes.
I don't know if because of the East is weak this year. I don't know what's going on, but that coaching staff has, they've been winning games and not just close games. I'm talking about blowing people out.
Yeah, you got to give Toronto credit. They started off strong. They hit a wall. They bounced back from that. They were second in the East about a week ago. They fell back down to 4th, I think, but they're not that far from New York and Boston.
Yeah, and that's the only team that I'm kind of surprised. But everyone else in the top 10, it's a good team. I don't have anything bad about anyone. Houston is doing their thing. Even the Lakers are doing it. Minnesota is doing their thing. I can't. I'm not mad at them at all. Larry, what do you got the Celtics going for the month of February? What's your final record?
I got them going 8-3, which is pretty good considering that the competition they have for this month. What yourself? I
actually have them going 9-2. I know there's only 3 games that we're actually divided on, and that's the game against the New York Knicks. You have them losing, I have them winning. And then the game against the Lakers, you have them winning, I have them losing that game. Finally, the Denver game, I have them winning, you have them losing. But still, 9-2 for me, 8-3 for you. We're like very optimistic about this team.
Oh, definitely. And I think they're only getting better. A lot of the guys who weren't getting minutes last year are getting minutes now. They're showing something, and they are still playing hard. So I think that's great. I think Tatum needs to make a definite decision. They need to just rule him out, or give us a date when he's coming back. But they stop playing around with our hearts.
Yeah, I think this is just a lot of bait clicking, I guess you could say. But so Larry, who is in your stuck up for February or episode 30?
I still have Simon's something in there for stock up number 1. I just think he's a vengeance off the bench. I don't think he's going to get a 6-man award, but I feel like he's an effective 6-man. And he gives us that spark that we need when the offense starts to lag. I feel like we rely too much on JB at times, and I really do need Pritchard and White and Simmons to actually do their thing. I also have Hauser in there. I think he's been more consistent with his 3. He's actually not just taking setup 3s now, but he's actually like making a move and shooting a 3, which I think that was his next step up. He's got there now. And then, of course, I still have JB for number 3. I think he's just been that voice in that locker room that's been helping us to keep this up and not make it just a 1 week or 2 week type thing. I mean, we're almost at the All-Star break and we've been doing this thing. So now you have to believe that we're real. Sort of like they did with the Patriots. Start understanding like, no, this is the real deal. And you can talk about this and that, but no, we are winning games and we're playing teams. So that's what I have for my stock up. What about yourself?
I think I have Pritchard number 1 because
Nice.
he's been playing really, really well. And I think there was one time where I was like, he's like the modern day Stockton because this dude can do it all. And he's really found his like shot, not just 3-pointers, but like really driving in to people and then like doing like the pull-up fadeaway shot. He's
Right.
really mastering that shot.
Yeah.
Simons, that dude, when he gets on fire, he gets on fire. Like, you just have to feed him the ball. And I think I saw somebody, they were like, oh, his game is a lot like Dame's game. And I was like, well, he's not in the Dame level, but I can see why. He just pulls up on anybody, takes it down the lane on anybody. I'm really impressed. And if it's true that they're thinking about trading him, I hope that they get a lot for him because he's definitely NBA type player. And I just found out that he went to high school not far from where I live in Orlando. So big up to Orlando for that. The other stock up that I want to do is Detroit. JB Bickerstaff really has this team turned around completely. First in the East, and they're they're not giving up the first. They're like really hanging on to that first place. So big up, shout out to Detroit Pistons for doing that. Larry, who is in your stock down?
Well, just to stay with the theme, my stock down would be JT. Again, I think you have to make a decision. Damian Lillard made the decision. Halliburton made the decision very early on, so the team didn't have to keep thinking about the what if. JT, it's your time. I know you did a workout in front of the media. It's your turn to make a decision. If you really, really, truly matured, you will just sit out this season and really protect yourself and protect the Celtics' future. That's number two would be Tillman. I really think at this point he's just a roster space that we could use for something else. And I think we need to either think of maybe getting another big man or maybe getting somebody who resembles something that we thought JT would give us. So I'm looking at maybe a power forward or a center to replace for Tillman. And then Garza, I put him on there. I love him when he shoots the threes. I just feel like inside he just needs to be a little bit tougher. KP would block shots. We already know that the big man that we lost was huge, and I feel like we just need one more guy to help us out with that. And if Garza can't do that, then Garza can be the third or fourth option. But we definitely need a big man, and hopefully we can find something like that. I'm not really sold on that one guy we just got, but what it is.
I haven't been following Atlanta that close. Is Porzingis still doing like his thing there, or he's just like? Because last time I checked, I think he was like on an injury for a long time. Like what's going on with Porzingis there?
Every time I see him, he's on the bench. I'm not quite sure what Atlanta's doing. They got rid of Trey. KP hasn't played much. We have a new star out there. We got McCollum. We got rocked by the Celtics. I don't know if you remember that game. And
they got rocked and they came back. And then they
got a little revenge on us. They got a little revenge on us, but it's still that they get blown out by teams. I think they got blown out by Houston as well. They get blown out by teams, and I just think there's a lot of chemistry that's not there. So yeah, that's not even on our list at this point, even though they have beat some teams. But that's where it is. What you got for Stockdale?
I actually you can actually put all of these players together. I got Hugo, I got Walsh, and Minaj. Because I feel like Joe Maz plays them depending on whether they, who they're playing, what kind of scheme. Like I feel like he's playing checkers with all three of these players, and it's hard to like. I don't know. Maybe he's filling in. And he's like, okay, I need to like give him minutes because JT's not here. But there's no consistency. Like, is Hugo good or is he bad? Like, sometimes he's really, really good. Sometimes he's really, really bad, especially playing defense. Walsh, who actually does play defense, but then like he doesn't score much. And then Minaj, it's like he had a really good month, and then they stopped playing him. So it's weird to me. I don't know if it's just Joe Maz is doing this on purpose, or does he really think that especially with Hugo, because you just drafted him. So yeah. Are they still like in the quote unquote developing stages of like, I don't know. So I know that they're, sometimes they get a start, sometimes they come off the bench. I just don't know like what is the roles on the team, because Walsh was, for a while, he was just a lockdown defender. And then I don't know what happened where now he's on the bench, and Hauser is starting now, which he was really hot, but now he's starting to come down to earth. I just don't know. I don't know if what this coaching staff is doing with all four of them. I'm just gonna throw Hauser in there too. But it seems to be working because they're winning. So, I just feel like if all these guys, if they want to, stick up above the frame, above the water, and stay in the lineup permanently, you guys, I want to see more. Basically, I grouped them all three of them because I want to see more. I want to see them like really succeed and like be an asset on this team. But I feel like they're interchangeable because I don't know if it's Joe Maz is doing that or the coaching staff, or are they really like limited? Each of these players are limited on what they do. So I kind of grew them together. So you can say the Celtics bench, but I think these three young guys are my stock down. Okay, so Larry, I've added the Tommy point. Who are you giving your Tommy point for this episode?
I'm actually going to give my Tommy point to Pritchard. I love the fact that he'll drive in, make that layup. He'll do a pullback. We already knew he had the three. I just feel like he is becoming a total complete player. It's depressing that you put those three guys on your stock down, because if it was November, December, and we were having this podcast, I would have put them on my stock up, because I didn't expect much from those three, and they were playing. I mean, if you're missing like JT, you're missing Al Horford, you're missing KP, you're missing Drew Holiday, you're missing Luke Cornett, and these three were keeping us in the conversation to be playoff bound. So I'm depressed that they haven't been as consistent as they need to be, and maybe it's coaching, maybe they need more minutes, like you said. But Pritchard has definitely done what he did. Who do you got for your Tommy?
Akeda. I know that I had him before my stock up, but I'm gonna have him I feel like giving him a Tommy point it's an improved stock up. This dude, I didn't think that he was ready to be a starting center. I thought he needed one more year, but what do I know? Obviously, Stevenson knows more than me, because he's in the lineup, he's scoring, he's blocking, he's rebounding. When I see him, he's a little bit clumsy, especially with the dribbling, but we're talking about somebody who started playing basketball at a later age. So I'm not going to be mad about that, but this dude, he's the whole package, and I hope they keep him for a while. I know his backup Garza is hit or miss, mostly miss, but I'm thoroughly impressed with Keta. I think that they have something, and I think that we were talking about maybe Rob Williams needs to be back, but you're not gonna sit down Keta for Williams, right? So I'm like, if he comes back, he's gonna be coming off the bench, because Keta, that's his role. He's the starting center for the Boston Celtics. I don't think you can take that away from him. So for this episode, Larry, what do you have to tell the Celtics fans out there?
Get ready. We're about to make a run. We may make a decision at the trade deadline. We should get a definite answer on JT, but overall, this is not a gap year. We're coming in strong. Yes, the East is not as strong as we want it to be, but we're one of the top four contenders for the East at this point. And we're going to give you something to look at, just like we did with the Patriots. And we don't know what the Patriots are going to do next week. We're optimistic that we're going to take care of business. But this is recorded before that, so we don't know what's going to happen. But I just think that overall, it's going to be a good playoff run for us, and we're going to see more minutes from these guys that got a chance to prove themselves. Barring any injuries, I think we're going to have a good season.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you 100%. I think that back in November, December, I was like, wow, maybe the Celtics have something here. And I was highly disrespectful about JB's talent. I mean, this guy was finals MVP a couple of years ago. I was like, no, the team is not going to do that good this year. I was wrong. I was pleasantly surprised, but I was wrong. This team is fighting. I don't know if they looked at the landscape and they were just like, no, we're going to be good. Joe Maz knew what he was doing when he was making that call to Derek White. He was like, no, we're going to be good. I did not put Derek White for my stock down because I feel like they were winning. But I agree. I think that just like the Patriots, this is a complete team. They just need a couple of trades here and there, but you don't need JT to come back. I feel like you're going to make a run in the East. Yes, maybe when you get to the West. And I think that in February, they have a Western road trip. They play Golden State, Lakers, Suns, and Denver. So we'll know. We'll kind of have a barometer where they are now when they do that road trip to the West. But I like this team. It's a gritty team. It's, Scheiderman is hitting threes. Walsh is hitting threes. Hugo is hitting threes. I feel like the entire team is hitting threes. I like this team a lot. Simons, we just talked about it. He's a scorer off the bench. He's good for 15, 20 points when he comes to the bench. I like this team a lot. I don't know if Hauser is going to keep it. I think he was like in 45% for the month of January, something crazy like that, from three. So I really like this team, Larry. I thought that there was going to be a down year. I was like, you know what? JT's going to be out. So, do your best, guys. This is like, just like the Patriots, this is a magical season. I don't know if, JB's getting, I think he's up to like 36 minutes a game. I don't know if you can do that consistently, but wow, I'm really impressed with what's going on, Larry. So next month we're gonna have episode 31. We'll talk about if there was any trades done. We'll talk about what's the JT outlook, because I saw something that he might return this month, and then what we talked about, then like he might not, but we'll see. So Larry, good to see you. Let's go Patriots. Let's win on Sunday. It'll be championship number 7. It'll be like the 11th time in the last 25 years that we've been to the Super Bowl. I'm excited, Larry. I'm excited. Yes. So with that said, I say peace.
Peace.
Hi guys. Thank you for listening to this episode, Chasing Dino's podcast. If you have any concerns or questions, feel free to email us at simsportsmedia@gmail.com. And please subscribe to this channel, this page, whatever it is, platform that you listen. Peace.